30 minutes of friends talk about everything that matters to women. Welcome to the lounge.
Actually, talking about the gym, I stopped for a long period of time. It was actually the first time that I stopped going to the gym for this long. Like, it's been almost a year, and that's like a long time. So actually, just this week, I started getting back to the gym, and it's very challenging. Just forgetting most of the workouts, or your body's too lazy.
Yes.
But what I noticed and what I realized is that my body has like this body memory. So it still remembers, it still has this image of me going to the gym back then. But I do have to like push myself more, just because I just got back to the gym. Do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, especially as you just said, when you're back to the gym. I mean, even if the body actually remembers everything, but you always have to remind yourself that you're like all over new, even when it comes into the weight and everything. You don't want to shock your body and then you just stop going to the gym again, which is something that you don't want it to actually happen. What happened to me is I actually renew my membership in Ramadan because the classes was let's say only 30 minutes, and I was like, this is my chance.
I can
Just
do this.
go and attend a 30-minute workout and just continue on when it comes into your regular life and routine.
So I have a question for you guys. Do you prefer going to the gym or working out at home?
Well, to me, it's always the gym.
Yes, Hiba, I can agree with you on that. But sometimes, working out at home can be convenient. But the fact that you get, getting prepared and prepping your stuff to go to the gym, sometimes when you have a community in the gym, you're going there to meet them. This itself, at least for me, gives me like the whole positive energy to actually go to the gym. But whether going to the gym or staying at home, working out at home, you can feel lazy in both ways. So
100%. I could never do the home thing because my bed is at home, the TV is at home, and I'm gonna want to order pizza and watch TV in bed, to be honest. So I always pick the gym. So I agree with you. I feel like it's a bit more motivating, but getting there is hard sometimes, you guys. Let's be very honest about that. I try to motivate myself with buying new outfits, especially new gym bags, stocking it with different fun stuff to use at the gym, Just like a kid at a candy store, the way you bribe them, same thing I do with myself in the gym and everything I buy, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes carrying the bag to the gym is too heavy and you don't want to do that.
So true.
So I feel like we need to find a way to go to the gym and stay motivated.
To be fair, for me, it's also the gym. Even though I've done the home workouts, from time to time, you get bored of the gym, so I just stay at home and I work out. But I really enjoy the gym. I enjoy the classes. I enjoy meeting girls. Sometimes, you get a compliment here and there.
Yeah,
it
pushes
helps you.
you.
Honestly. But also, I love meeting people. So that kind of motivates me, and having a coach. I don't know, for me, that's my preference. But although, do what really makes you feel comfortable. As long as you're working out, you're moving your body, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. So one of the things is they always say have a gym buddy with you, like somebody who actually motivates you to go to the gym. So are you a person who likes to go to the gym by yourself, or would you rather have a friend with you to encourage you more?
Hiba, that's a really nice question because I have so many answers for this. Because sometimes it really depends on the mood I'm in, and it depends on the time. Like sometimes when I go to the gym, I just tell myself that this time it's gonna be me just alone, doing my own workouts, going at my own pace, going at my own time. And then other times I just can't go to the gym. I just need anyone to push me, like to tell me, come on, let's go to the gym, or otherwise I will not move. So sometimes I do not want to communicate with anyone, just do my own workout. And sometimes I need like this community to push me to work out. And sometimes, just one-on-one with an instructor would be, nice and some sort of a change. So it really depends on the time, on the mood.
Exactly. So my sister is an actual personal trainer, and she has told me I'm the worst client she has ever encountered. Specifically for the reason that I like to work out alone. I like to completely zone out, headphones in. So I'm happy with someone showing me what to do and how to do it in a very specific way to not get an injury. But after that, I want you out. Like I want you gone. I want my own space, and I like to just zone out. But on the days that I'm dragging myself to the gym, no. I want my friends that I've met at the gym. I want to gossip with them because, you know, I'm trying to do anything but work out. So I agree with Atyab that some days we personally, or me and her, would like a friend, and other days we want to, you know, work out alone. What do you think, Fozia?
Honestly, my mom is always coming with me, and she is my person. My mama is pushing me to work out. My sister too. The whole family, we all show up at the gym. And it's just, even if it's like not for motivation, but knowing there's someone that's there. Because sometimes, most of the time, I'm too tired from like work and everything. So my mom, she will be there. She's like, we're going to that class, and we're gonna force it. You're not old. Your body's getting old now. Come on, mom, you know. She's like, your body, because there is like an age difference regarding your body, and then your actual age. And she's like, you're not moving. That's not good. So for me, I enjoy having people, but do not force me to work out. You're just there. You know what I mean? And do not distract me. That's all about it.
I'm curious about Hiba, honestly. How do you work?
To be honest, I don't like to go to an open gym. I prefer choosing a gym that provides only classes. It's because I'm a person who goes to the gym, and I would like to have a schedule. Like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and you have 60 minutes and that's it. I'm not a person who likes to go and let's say discover the machines and what am I going to plan for myself. So this is one of the things that I really like, and what I really do love is having a friend that encourages you, especially that I'm more of a competitive person. So when it comes into trying to finish as much round as we can in the gym, it's always preferable to be with a friend that actually encourages you. Like, I'm gonna, for instance, make 5 rounds or 4 rounds, and then we see how much do we actually, let's say, end up doing. And one of the really interesting classes that I attend, if I don't have a friend, is the ones that has a monitor to calculate how many calories you actually could finish. And it's always me working out, and then once there is a break, it's like you're looking at screen, but you're not looking. Like, who am I competing with, and stuff like that. Because these kind of things does actually motivate me to work a lot and to work hard. And I remember I managed to lose 700 calories in a class, and then there was another woman who managed to do 880, and I was looking, who was that? Like, wait. And I was really shocked that she was maybe in her 50s.
Oh, wow.
And then I was really upset. It's like, oh my God, a woman in her 50s was able to actually do that. And I was really down. Like, the other 2 classes, I end up finishing 600, 500 is because I was thinking of her. Like, I couldn't get over it. So to me, these are the things that actually helps me in the gym to let's say, get into my own zone, and how do I actually practice my ritual over there.
Well, to be fair, I have another question, because I'm really curious about all of you guys, because we seem a bit slightly different regarding the workouts. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer like HIIT workouts? Do you prefer low intensity? Do you like running, classes? What is it that you're really interested in or you're into?
I think that's where sometimes getting a consultation is really important, because I love HIIT workouts, but I know it's not the best thing for a lot of people, right? So if you're dealing with different health conditions, which are very common health conditions, especially here in Kuwait, HIIT workouts could be the complete opposite, like complete different side effects. You're not going to be losing weight, you're going to be stuck on your weight. So that's where I feel like a personal trainer should come in, and maybe your blood tests and all of that. But I personally love a HIIT workout, something high impact. I don't like to take a lot of breaks between my sets. So I try to have a balance where I start with weight training, and then I reward myself with running on the treadmill for a good hour, honestly. Do you do the same thing?
Well, Rita, sometimes I have these days where I want it, very loud and noisy, just to push myself through the workout and get it done. And, just like Hiba said, have this amount of time, a specific class where you go and finish your workout and then you're out of the gym. But most of the times, and especially, because it depends on my mood and the time, So nowadays I've been loving Pilates. So it's the complete opposite. It's very quiet and it's very calm. But I've been seeing very nice results, so I really like it nowadays.
Nice. Well, that's really quite interesting. So I'm very sure we're gonna talk a lot about different kind of, let's say, exercise, workout, and many great things. But how about we take this break?
Yeah.
So speaking about going to the gym and having your own motivation, I mean, we also have this kind of struggle that we actually face when it comes into that. So one of the things that actually happened with me is having an injury incident that was, let's say, I never had it in my life. And imagine having it at the gym. It was a very terrifying moment. And I do remember it was because I was working out doing the Russian twist. And then I always, with myself, I always take kind of a second in order for me to relax and then stand up again. But when it comes into that day, I remember I was doing Russian twist and then immediately I threw the med ball and I shifted so I can stand. And this is where the thing happened, is that my knee got jammed. Like I couldn't, let's say, move it. I couldn't fold it. I couldn't spread it. It was very difficult, a lot of pain, and I was very terrified. I remember that even for the coach, it was the first time facing an injury in class, and we're friends. So it was very terrifying because she was my friend and my coach, and at the same time we want to maintain what's happening. And the ambulance was late. It reached an hour after the first class. So I was the first class and then there was another class. So I was in the middle and we were scared that the ambulance could interfere and enter the class and everyone will be, let's say, for instance, stopped when it comes into continuing the workout. But they actually managed to come after. So imagine I was there for almost 1 hour and a half waiting for an ambulance. And then the thing that happened is, with a strong movement, they just pulled my leg, and then there was like a sound of a click, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm fine. So this kind of injuries that actually happens could be something that will let you not go to the gym and stop going.
Discourage you.
Yes, even today when I'm back at the gym trying to work out, once I feel that there's something wrong, I immediately stop. There's nothing wrong, but the fear of having that again could actually stop you and not give you that kind of motivation to actually go again. So this is one of the scary things could actually happen.
Yes, Heba, you know, I can actually relate with you in some sort of way with what you said. While you were talking and saying what happened, I didn't, guess that there would be a problem with your knee. Because as you were explaining, it was a very fast movement after a certain workout. It happened with me, but it was very fast. Like after I'm done with the specific movement, I stood up very quickly, and then this caused me to faint.
Wow.
Yes, this caused me to I was
Black
trying
out.
black out. I was
Yes.
trying, to hold myself and to just say like it's okay. I'm fine. But then it was very, it was very severe because I was pushing myself and I didn't give myself any break.
Right.
And then what happened was they also had to call an ambulance. So it was some sort similar to yours, similar,
Yeah.
but I had
my
to,
God.
they literally came into the gym and into the
wow.
class to, because I was not aware of my surroundings or what happened, because it was a very, very hard workout and I wasn't aware that I couldn't do it. I was just pushing myself, and now I can really relate with what you said, because as long as I feel that something is wrong, I'll just stop, immediately and stop beforehand, because I could never forget what happened.
Yeah, and to be fair, even during working out, you have to have this awareness of your body and how it works. So you need to feel it as much as like if you're doing the Russian twist or whatever it is you're doing. You have to feel your body. You have to be aware. So even if you're close to fainting, you have to stop.
Yes.
If you feel like the muscles are getting extremely tight, you have to also stop it for it to like loosen up a little bit. And if that's the case, because you both have fear that holds you back a little bit, the easiest thing to do is like to get you a coach at least who's a bit aware and has an understanding of your own injury, where she can help you out with everything. Or you could go online and read more about your injury and how you can work on it on your own. But it's just like having that fear, it does hold you back, but have more awareness.
Right.
And then just keep on pushing as much as you can. You know, when we don't make that stop you from going to the gym.
I think that's really great advice, Fawzia, because what they went through is very traumatic.
It is.
Seeing Hiba's story was very scary. I remember it so clearly, to be honest, when everything happened. And I can understand how it reflected on her going to the gym, and even Atyab going to the gym after that. You would be scared.
100%.
Initially, for me, starting out with the gym, I didn't start for the longest time because I needed someone to show me everything. So I wasn't about to watch a video online and then just go try out the machines and all the movements, because I know that it could be very harmful, and if that happened to me, I would be scared for life.
You know
so
what, actually,
someone had to show me.
I mean, Rita, one of the things, like when it comes into the story with my injury, it was a day before going back to school, you know? This is the time where summer ends, and it was the first day of going to school, and I was like, what did I do to myself, you know? I was talking to myself, like, did I have to do an injury before going to work? And because the pain was severe, I was thinking of like everything, all of my life tape was actually in front of me, like I'm going to be, let's say, handicapped, I'll have this injury, I'm going to retire early, all of that happened. I won't be able to do this and that. Because of the pain that I was going through, I was like, that's it, it's a severe injury. And I remember calling my husband, and because he's an athlete, he was like, and I was like, you always run, you always play football, like what should I do? Because these are injuries that actually happen to football players when it comes into the knees, and they always petrified when it comes into knee is an injury. And I was like, that's it, my career
It's over.
Everything is over. And once the physician actually came and they managed to actually assist me, it was very, let's say, relieving, that kind of feeling that, oh, everything is fine, all what I thought of just disappeared. But yet again, it's very important to keep in mind that when it comes into working out, and as we just said previously, that we stop for a year, we come back again to practice, though our body is actually remembering everything and knows what we're doing. Never take anything for granted. Always keep in mind that, you know what, I used to carry heavy weight. That doesn't mean that I have to still carry heavy weight, but I have to, let's say, not force myself to do lots of things. As you just said, listen to yourself and your body, because no one will know anything about you, and it's only about you. So you're the one responsible. Any injuries could end up, let's say, harming yourself. So take care of yourself when it comes into that, but also, on the same point, don't let it stop you, and don't let it, let's say, hesitate you when it comes into going and practicing all of that.
To be fair, one of my fails, I used to be an athletics player, and I was a runner for 200 meters, and I just hated the training. I won't lie, it was the most horrible thing. Not really, because you'd be running like a horse the whole time. But there were a day, I don't know what happened, I didn't feel good. So I was telling the coach, I don't feel good. They're like, you have to run the 200.
Right.
The minute I ran, I don't know what happened halfway. I fell. I started vomiting.
Oh, wow.
And it was the most embarrassing time of my life. And the coach, he was just so confused. But then there is such a thing as an acid in your stomach. So that could also happen. So there's so many things that could happen to your body. But we're really helping that I had someone who's a professional who already understood what's going on. So even when I went to my doctor, my coach was able to explain the whole thing. But it was terrifying for me to run again. From that moment, I was like, I don't want to feel that again. I don't want to fall. I don't want, so like the fear holds you. And I actually stopped after that. I couldn't even return to the field no more.
For sure, you need to listen to your body. It's so important, because usually the coach might like push us, but we know what we're carrying or how tired we are, you know what I mean? I might look fine on the outside, but I'm not on the inside. So it's important to keep all of those things in mind.
Exactly. That's very important, to actually listen to your body, like Rita said, and not go overboard, you know, especially with such cases like with what happened with you, Fawzia. I'm sure you always have this image of when you go back to running, you always...
Girl, you can never catch me doing that.
remember what happened, because you know, it's been like a huge fear for me what happened to me at the gym, and I couldn't get over it until this day. I couldn't get over it, and sometimes I stop working out very early before I feel like very tired, just to like avoid going like reaching the stage.
Just avoiding these issues, of course. So, ladies, we'll talk more about working out, but after this break. So Hiba, I'm sure there's a lot of fails when it comes to our fitness journey and being at the gym, just like your accident. But I'm pretty sure you've been through way more.
Right. Like one of the things that I really encourage everyone not to do is never try to force one of your friends or anyone to do something that they're incapable of doing. Not because you can do it, that means that they actually can. And what happened is, I remember at the gym, we had every Wednesday there was a class where it was called Stairway to Heaven. It's because you're running the whole, let's say, stairs. It was 22 high, let's say, level floors. So it was 22 floors. And I remember my cousin was like, I was like encouraging her, let's do this. And she was like, okay. So we were running at the stairs, and I remember we reached towards maybe the 10th level of floor, and she was like, I can't breathe. And I was like, no, come on, we can do this. We can reach to the top. And I was forcing her, and then suddenly she was like, I can't breathe, and she had that breathing attack.
Goodness.
And panic, let's say. And I was like, it's fine, don't worry, just go back and let your
She was so
legs
laid
up.
back
And-
about it.
And once she laid down, she couldn't breathe because it was something wrong to do. When someone can't breathe, you can't let them lay down because their lungs could be, let's say, stuck together. They have to be, let's say, more of their own position.
They're able to expand.
The anxiety.
happened?
Oh no!
I remember that my cousin laid down and she was like, I can't breathe. And I was like, okay, I'm killing my cousin. Wait, what should I do now? So I was trying not to panic. But I was really panicked. I remember even slapping her, like,
Oh, wow.
get out of this. You can't
Oh my
breathe.
goodness.
And then I was like, you know what? The elevator is there. Just relax. And once she relaxed, she was like, I can go down again. And then we went down, and it was like, this never happened. You're never ever coming to the gym again with me. Like Stairway to Heaven is not a thing. But I mean, talking about that incident, again, never encourage your friend to do something above their level, and always remember if anything like this incident happened, if a person can't breathe, never let them lay back. Yeah.
I can only imagine, Hiba, you know, just you saying what happened with your cousin and me imagining like how she couldn't breathe, you know, and this is actually very good advice. That do not encourage anyone to do something that they're not capable of, because sometimes, you know, you're like you're on a higher level and
Right.
and the,
When it
like,
comes to the workout.
or a gym, you go to the gym more frequently than others, and then just because she's your cousin or your friend, so you think she's capable of doing
Right.
what you can do, but you cannot imagine what she can't do unless something happened, like what Hiba said.
To be, oh sorry.
Sorry, but there's also the complete opposite. I'm sorry
Yeah, I
for
was
this like
just gonna say
surprise
that.
gossip session. There's the complete opposite. So my friend wanted to join the gym, so I told her she can come with me. I'm really good usually with my schedule. You know, sometimes it's hard to go, but when I start going, I go. You know, and she's like, okay, first week I'll ease myself into it. So I'm thinking she's gonna stretch and then maybe start with a few exercises. You know, easing your way into the gym or back to the gym is like lower weights, right?
Yeah.
She just stretched and left. Okay. So that was her like easing her way into it. A week later, she walked on the treadmill for 5 minutes and left after stretching. So sometimes they don't want to do anything at all.
Yeah.
So I think we shouldn't push them too much. But at the same
True.
time, some friends are not doing anything.
And to be fair, even if you've pushed your friend the idea of pushing your friend, it's okay. You can drag them with your class, even if it's high intensity, but you can always have an option. There's always an option to their level. So for me, I don't do high intensity. My sister, she does heavy. She goes hard in the high intensity classes. And I would attend, but while we're like doing the class, she's like, don't do this, do this instead. Something for my level for me to be able to breathe for a second, because girl, you be walking in with slicked bun and you walk out with a whole mane on your head. You know what I mean? So there's always an option for a beginner friendly. So that's the only way for you to encourage your friends. There's always a solution.
Right, and especially if we're talking about maintaining that, let's say, healthy lifestyle, and especially when it comes into all of our, let's say, body shapes, and even when it comes into your friends and what they're capable of having. We've seen, especially within the years, that we have marathons, and a lot of us are actually participating in it. And it's one of the ways to encourage that kind of awareness. And one of the funny incidents that happened is there is one of the marathons that happens here in Kuwait, which is in Al Hamra Tower. I remember that it is for the 55th floor, that you go from scratch until the 55th floor.
Girl.
So I participated once, and I remember telling my friend that I'll never ever do that again. And I remember that I ended the marathon within 35 minutes, which is, to me, thinking about that, I thought it was going to be for an hour or something.
Yeah.
So last year she called me, I was like, let's do this. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do that. Forgetting that I, let's say, said I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And once I was there in the stairs, in the same, let's say, moment, I think it was even the same level, maybe it was the 10th
Same
level.
floor.
I was like, why did I do this? Like, how did I forget about all of that?
Yeah.
And I remember ending the marathon and checking for the record, and I was really believing that I did well, because first time it was 35 minutes, and this time I didn't stop a lot, and it was very good, and I was encouraging everyone and so on. But once I checked, it was 36 minutes, and I was like, what wrong did I do?
But still,
I think I was encouraging a lot of people.
She cannot.
No,
She
I was
probably
good.
couldn't sleep at
I
night.
think I was
100%.
encouraging- I
Sounds
was
like it.
encouraging a lot of people. Like, maybe that's what stopped
That's
me.
where the
from-
minutes
Are
went.
you giving yourself an excuse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because,
She
because
is.
I do remember, like, I was better than before, but I was like, 36 minutes? Like, are you for real?
But wasn't it like a 1 minute difference? It was
Yeah, like, imagine the first time it was 35 minutes, the second time 36 minutes.
girl, it's
Wow.
nothing. It could be someone like was in front of you and they made you wait that 1 minute. It could be anything.
Exactly,
So
but Hiba probably thought about it for like nights and nights
Oh,
to come back to this
Wait for me for the
conclusion.
next marathon. you
I
know.
think so. I
Wait
will.
for me.
I feel like she will need to hit 34 or it's
Yes.
over for all of us.
100%.
I'm
I'd
very
be worried.
terrified now.
I'm
Maybe
just
it's
gonna
be
tell them to fake
37.
the papers, the results.
So basically, I mean, the whole story about this is to always remember to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Maybe it's really, let's say, challenging for us to participate in different marathons, but it's very great to actually try to do that and try to celebrate being healthy and maintain that as well.
I know you girls, we talked a lot this time, and we can go on and on about gym and all of these incidents that happened, but I'm so tired now, and I think we should end it there.
I think so.